Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Fluctus Channel. An American aircraft carrier is more than just a warship. It is a floating air base and city in the middle of the ocean. Today's largest carriers cost about $13 billion, stretch more than 1,000 feet in length, and carry thousands of sailors with dozens of aircraft. Yet the idea began much earlier, when navies realized that aircraft could strike farther than battleship guns and give commanders eyes beyond the horizon. During World War II, aircraft carriers became decisive in the Pacific. USS Enterprise, known as the Big E, fought through major battles from Midway to the Philippine Sea, proving that a carrier could survive punishment, launch repeated strikes, recover aircraft, and keep fighting across enormous distances. One of the most famous carrier-linked operations was the Doolittle Raid in April 1942. 16 Army B-25 bombers launched from USS Hornet, while USS Enterprise helped protect the task force. The bombers were never designed for carrier takeoff, so crews stripped weight, trained hard, and accepted the danger of launching early in rough wartime conditions. The raid showed that Japan's home islands could be reached and gave Americans a crucial morale boost after Pearl Harbor. From that point forward, the carrier became a symbol of reach, speed, and organized pressure. That organization depends on people, and on the flight deck, color becomes a language. Yellow jerseys direct aircraft and control movement. Blue jerseys handle chocks, chains, elevators, and aircraft positioning. Green jerseys work catapults, arresting gear, maintenance, and support equipment. Purple jerseys, often called grapes, handle aviation fuel. Red jerseys manage ordnance, crash, salvage, and explosive safety. A green-shirted sailor may be preparing catapult gear, while purple fuel crews connect hoses and red ordnance teams move weapons with careful spacing. On ships such as USS Harry S. Truman and USS Theodore Roosevelt, this system allows hundreds of people to work around, turning engines, jet blast, fuel, weapons, and moving aircraft without chaos. Behind the island and below deck, cooks, mechanics, medical teams, supply clerks, engineers, and damage control sailors keep the city alive. Nuclear-powered carriers can operate for years before refueling, but the crew still needs food, water, clean spaces, spare parts, training, sleep, and discipline. Every launch begins with that human machine, organized by color, command, timing, and trust under constant ocean pressure. Flight deck operations are the carrier's most dangerous daily performance. A carrier does not have several normal runways. It has a compact angled deck, catapult tracks, a landing area, aircraft parking spots, elevators, weapons routes, and taxi paths squeezed onto one moving platform. To launch aircraft, older carriers use steam catapults, while the newest Ford-class carriers use EMALs. In both systems, the purpose is the same: accelerate a heavy aircraft from standing still to flying speed in only several seconds. The launch process begins with directors guiding the jet into position. Chocks are removed, holdback fittings are connected, wings are checked, control surfaces move, and the pilot runs final cockpit checks. The catapult officer studies aircraft weight, wind, deck status, and safety signals. When everything is ready, the shooter gives the command. Stored energy is released, and the aircraft is thrown down the deck into open air. The moment lasts seconds, but it depends on hours of preparation and coordination. Recovering aircraft is just as intense. The island, sometimes called the carrier's control tower, overlooks the deck like a command post. From there, leaders coordinate aircraft movement, deck safety, navigation, communications, and flight operations. The bubble-like control spaces give officers a clear view of launches and landings. During operations involving aircraft such as the F-35C aboard USS Abraham Lincoln, deck crews track every movement because one jet landing, while another taxis nearby, leaves no room for confusion. An arrested landing turns speed into control. The pilot approaches the angled deck, aiming for arresting wires stretched across the landing area. The tailhook catches a wire, and the aircraft stops in a short distance that would be impossible on a normal runway. The first F-35C arrested landing at sea proved that the Navy's newest carrier fighter could join this demanding rhythm. Every trap depends on pilot precision, arresting gear maintenance, wind across the deck, and sailors ready to reset the system. From Neptune shield drills to routine qualifications, the flight deck works like a clock under pressure. Launch, recover, park, refuel, rearm, inspect, and repeat while the ship moves through the sea. Below the flight deck, the hangar bay turns the carrier into a repair and staging facility. Aircraft elevators move jets between the flight deck and the hangar, carrying them on platforms that move along the ship's side. Before an elevator moves, sailors secure the aircraft, fold wings when required, clear loose gear, check chains, and watch the edges. One mistake could damage an aircraft or injure a sailor working inches from steel, wheels, tie-downs, and open air. Inside the hangar bay, aircraft are arranged according to maintenance needs and the next flight schedule. Blue shirts and directors guide tow tractors, while maintainers open panels, troubleshoot faults, inspect tires, service fluids, check avionics, and prepare jets for another cycle. Space is limited, so every movement is planned. A jet may be shifted a few feet to open access for another aircraft, clear a passageway, or align with an elevator for movement back to the flight deck. The hangar bay is a compressed workshop where engines, wings, tools, carts, and crews fit inside a narrow rhythm. Specialized shops keep the air wing alive. In the tire shop, sailors break down worn wheels, inspect assemblies, replace tires, check rims, and return serviceable wheels to storage. A carrier cannot wait for a warehouse ashore, so the ship carries people, parts, and tools needed to solve problems underway. A hard landing, worn tire, or damaged wheel can be handled on board before it disrupts the next launch. Weapons movement has its own protected system. Ordnance elevators carry bombs and missiles from magazines toward the hangar or flight deck. Below, inside weapons magazines aboard USS George H.W. Bush, sailors build bombs by attaching components, inspecting fins, preparing fuses, and checking markings. Every piece is handled under strict procedure because the magazine is one of the most sensitive spaces on board the ship. The hangar, elevators, tire shop, and magazines connect the visible drama above to the industrial work below. The carrier survives because its lower decks keep feeding the mission. A carrier may be built for combat aviation, but it must also support daily life for thousands of sailors. That is why the ship includes facilities that feel familiar, even in the middle of the ocean. The ship store provides snacks, toiletries, uniform items, small electronics, and personal supplies. For a sailor far from shore, a simple item like toothpaste, shaving cream, batteries, or a favorite snack can make deployment feel more manageable. Even coffee becomes part of routine. A Starbucks at sea gives sailors a place to buy drinks, reset between watches, and feel briefly connected to life ashore. It may seem small beside catapults and weapons elevators, but morale matters on a ship where workdays are long, alarms are common, and sleep is divided around watches, drills, and flight schedules. Medical and dental services are equally important. Aboard USS Ronald Reagan, dental teams can examine sailors, clean teeth, treat pain, repair damage, and prevent small problems from becoming emergencies. A toothache at sea cannot simply wait for the next port call when the ship is operating far from land. The same practical thinking explains the barbershop. When Nimitz opened a barbershop during deployment, it gave sailors a way to maintain grooming standards and restore a sense of order. Waste management is another hidden operation. On a ship as large as USS Theodore Roosevelt, trash must be sorted, processed, stored, or prepared for disposal according to environmental rules. Sailors move bags, operate equipment, clean spaces, and prevent waste from becoming a health or fire hazard. The carrier works because everyday services continue beside combat systems. Food, health, grooming, coffee, and waste control help the crew endure months at sea. These facilities protect morale, readiness, and discipline, turning a warship into a living workplace for everyone aboard daily. Life aboard a carrier is demanding, so activities help sailors release stress. One tradition is a swim call. When conditions are safe, the ship stops or slows in open water. Small boats stand by, lookouts scan the area, and sailors are allowed to jump into the ocean. A swim call aboard USS John C. Stennis turned the sea itself into a rare recreation area. Before anyone enters the water, leaders check weather, sea state, currents, safety boats, medical support, and recovery plans. Other events happen inside the ship. Nimitz Idol gave sailors a chance to sing, compete, laugh, and support shipmates. In a place where engines, aircraft, alarms, and steel passageways dominate the day, a talent show lets the crew hear voices instead of machinery. Salsa events aboard Nimitz brought music and movement into the routine, helping sailors build community across departments that may rarely meet during normal watch rotations. These moments do not distract from the mission. They protect the people who make the mission possible. A carrier can launch fighters, move weapons, repair aircraft, serve meals, cut hair, treat teeth, store supplies, and manage waste because thousands of sailors keep working in layers. Its history reaches from Enterprise and the Doolittle raid to modern nuclear-powered ships operating across the Atlantic and beyond. Its flight deck turns colored jerseys into a living code. Its hangar bay repairs aircraft below the action. Its shops, stores, clinics, and recreation spaces keep the crew steady during long months at sea. The carrier is extreme because every part must function together. That is the end of this video. I hope you enjoyed it. Make sure to subscribe to this channel so you don't miss any of our new content. See you next time.